Okay, so in this video we're going to review one of our ladder problems using the trigonometry. It says if I have a 10-foot ladder leaning against the wall, it forms a 62-degree angle with the ground. What is the reach of the ladder on the wall, and how far is the base of the ladder from the wall? So the first thing we want to do is we want to draw a little picture. So drawing the picture is pretty important in these problems. So let's just pretend like here's my building with my wall, here's my ladder, and here would then be the ground. So if I fill in my information, I know that the ladder is 10 feet tall. So here's my 10 feet. We know that it's forming a 62-degree angle with the ground. So here's my 62-degree angle. We want to know what is the reach on the wall, and then also what is the distance from the base of the ladder to the wall. So I'm just going to start by finding x. X is the reach upon the wall. You'll notice in this picture, the 10 is the hypotenuse. The x with relation to the 62 is my opposite side. And then the y is the adjacent side. So if I go to my saying, so katoa, again, I'm trying to find the x. So that's the opposite. I know the hypotenuse is h, is 10. So O and H, I'll look here, I see that's sine or so I'm going to say the sine of 62 degrees is equal to the x, which is the opposite, over the hypotenuse, which is 10. And at this point, then it becomes a calculator problem. I'm going to do the sine of 62, so I type in sine 62, hit enter. And I'm going to multiply that by 10. When I multiply that by 10, I get 8.82. So my x value here, we're going to round to the nearest tenth, is my x value. That's my height on my picture. Now, I'm also going to find the y value. That's the adjacent side with the hypotenuse. Well, adjacent and hypotenuse, that is the ka. So I'm going to use for that the cosine of 62 degrees is equal to the adjacent, which is y, over the hypotenuse, which is 10. So now when I go to my calculator, I'm going to type the cosine of 62 degrees, hit enter, and on this time I'm going to again multiply by 10. That gives me 4.69. So basically y is going to be 4.7 if we round to the nearest tenth. Again, both these are in feet. So 8.8 feet, we're reaching up the wall with the ladder. The distance from the wall is this 4.7 feet. So in this particular problem, I use both sine and cosine to solve the ladder problem.